Coming up on the Center County Report, hundreds of people gather in Latrobe to pay tribute to the late Arnold Palmer's life. We have the details coming up.
And we have the latest on the incident that caused a security scare at Beaver Stadium before Saturday's game. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Madeline Maggs.
And I'm Rainey Johnson. We'll get to those other stories in a minute, but first, a very dangerous hurricane is raging through the Caribbean today after making landfall in Haiti, and it could be a threat to the U.S. East Coast later this week. Our weather anchor, Ann Rodden, is here with the latest on Hurricane Matthew. Ann?
Thank you. The most devastating hurricane in the Atlantic for over a decade. Hurricane Matthew, a Category 4 hurricane with winds at 145 miles an hour. We are expecting catastrophic impacts from major flooding and storm surge. Currently, Matthew sits over Haiti right now. Rainfall is expected upwards of 40 inches of rain. That's devastating rain for such a small island of Haiti. That will clip Cuba, the eastern portions of Cuba, and will continue north towards the Bahamas and even towards us on the East Coast. The most current track from the Hurricane Center is expecting the Matthew to deviate west of what was previously expected. That does increase the risk of landfall and impacts for us here in the U.S. East Coast. Right now, we are expecting Matthew to be just shy off the east coast of Florida by Thursday morning. By Friday, we are expecting it to impact Georgia and the South Carolina by Friday morning, continuing on up the coast by Saturday across the Carolinas and even into Sunday, impacting the Northeast as well. So keep an eye, stick with us. We'll give you the details later, and I'll let you know if that will impact your weekend coming up in my forecast.
Several thousand people have turned out today in Latrobe to say goodbye to a Pennsylvania legend. They're remembering Arnold Palmer at his public memorial service at St. Vincent College. Palmer died last week at the age of 87. Fellow golfers and the public are at the service right now. We have a news crew in Latrobe and hope to bring you more from St. Vincent College later in this newscast.
Here's a traffic alert for today in Center County. PennDOT says the drivers may hit traffic delays on Route 322 in the Potter's Mills area. Construction crews are adding new fiber optic cable to utility poles near the intersection of 322 and Route 144 all the way to the top of Seven Mountains, where the Decker Valley Road intersects with 322. The work is happening until 3 o'clock this afternoon, and traffic will be limited to one lane through the area. PennDOT says drivers should be ready for stopped or slow traffic both eastbound and westbound.
Penn State police tell us they're trying to identify two people who sparked the potential security threat at Beaver Stadium on Saturday. The game went on safely after police searched the whole place and gave the all clear. But they say at 4:15 a.m., two college-aged men somehow entered the stadium. They were seen on surveillance video. Police hope anyone with information will call them right away. Center County Crime Stoppers is offering a reward of up to $1,000 to help solve this case.
And Penn State police are investigating burglaries at offices in the Academic Projects building on the University Park campus. Someone stole cash from a wallet and also a desk drawer during the week of August 12th through the 19th. Police are asking anyone with information about the thefts to call them right away. Center County Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward to help solve this case.
Is the water in Center County dangerous? An environmental group says a cancer-causing chemical has been found in local water tests. Reporter Candace McPhillips has the story.
The Environmental Working Group collected data from drinking water tests nationwide and found there is polluted water in all 50 states. Chromium-6 was found in Center County's water.
The main reason why people are concerned about chromium is because too much of it is a cancer-causing substance. And so whenever they came out with this report, there was a lot of people that were afraid.
Blakeney said the chemical can occur naturally, and the amount that was found here might not be too concerning. Center County was only one of many areas in Pennsylvania to have been found with polluted water, but both Penn State and the State College Borough Water Authority are working to address this.
What is going to happen is that Penn State is in the middle of a project to build a much advanced water treatment system over what we have now.
The new system will use nanofiltration, using a membrane to strip out any additional chromium in untreated water from wells. For now, Novak said it doesn't seem like something to worry about. Reporting in State College, I'm Candace McPhillips for the Center County Report.
The Environmental Working Group says it tested water that supplies 218 million Americans nationwide.
With Election Day just 5 weeks from today, Center County residents hoping to have a say in this year's presidential race only have a week left to register. The deadline is set for next Tuesday, October 11th. According to Governor Tom Wolf, more than 500,000 people have used Pennsylvania's new online voter registration system since it began in last August. 58% of those voters said it was their first time registering. The state also launched a new text messaging registration service. Unregistered voters can visit register.votespa.com and fill out an application before next Tuesday's deadline. The next presidential debate is less than a week away. Many polls showed Hillary Clinton won the first one, but Donald Trump has kept the race close despite his unusual campaign. So why is it so close? Reporter John McHugh looks into that question.
Presidential debate doesn't necessarily mean a victory in the polls, but for Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, many recent polls are in her favor, putting her in the lead by about 5 percentage points. Several days after the first debate, a Gallup poll showed Clinton beat Trump in public perception by 34 points. But that has many people asking how and why Trump is hanging in there and why Clinton isn't leading him by a wide margin in national polling. Political analyst Dr. Zachary Bauman from Penn State's Department of Political Science says Trump's popularity stems from the desire for change in the Oval Office.
Even though we've had quite a bit of an economic recovery, a lot of people are thinking that they're not doing as well as they should be or as well as they could be. And therefore they're looking for change, and there isn't any more change than a vote for Donald Trump.
A Washington Post and ABC News survey shows Clinton's favorability rating increased by 4%, while Trump's has actually decreased. So what factors play a role in a candidate gaining popularity and swaying public opinion? Penn State student Allison Robbie says for her, it's specifics on several key issues.
Throughout its entirety, Hillary really demonstrated her familiarity with foreign politics, foreign affairs, and just really made it clear that she knows the specifics. She just kind of inhales policy, and that was very obvious.
Trump scored a few points, says another student, Dad Pokui, when he hit home with a topic relevant to his personal life.
Yeah, one good portion, which was the economic part of the discussion, and I, being an econ major, really felt that was the strongest issue that anybody can debate.
How do we make sense of public reaction and poll numbers, and when can they be trusted? Bauman says when looking at polling, it's important to look at who is being sampled.
So what we are looking for in polling is for the sample to be randomly determined, or at least scientifically determined. And in those polls that have been scientifically conducted after the debate's taken place, Hillary Clinton seems to be winning by a couple percentage points.
But with the election just 5 weeks away, polls can shift, and the next debate is just days away. For the Center County Report, I'm John McHugh.
Trump's team says it plans to better prepare him for the second presidential debate next Sunday. But before that happens, the vice presidential candidates debate tonight at Longwood University in Virginia. That begins at 9.
We talked about Hurricane Matthew at the top of the newscast, but how's the rest of our weather shaping up this week?
The 7-day forecast is coming up. Also, hundreds of Penn State students go on the hunt for creepy clowns. And a popular Center County restaurant has closed. We'll tell you why after the break.